Pianodrome. Thank you for coming out today. I'm Joanie. Lovely to see you all here in this incredible venue built of abandoned pianos. We're going to be singing about abandoned pianos later on. And when I say we, I do hope you will be singing along with me. You don't have to. It's very much about informed consent. We're going to be talking a lot too. We'll talk a bit about that. And yeah, we're going to sing some songs about home, belonging. I've been working on a project about women's issues, but I'm scanning the room and seeing a lot of people who possibly don't identify as women. You never know these days. But it's all right because all these issues affect all of us, and we're all in this thing called life together. And we're also going to sing a bit about Edinburgh, a city I used to live in, and we are all here right now together. So we'll do a bit of history about the beautiful city of Edinburgh as well. And I'll start with a song that covers a lot of these themes, covers history, covers women's issues, covers Edinburgh. And it's a song about a woman called Maggie. So back in 1690, the Scottish Parliament passed an act that made it illegal for a pregnant woman not to tell anyone she was pregnant. And this was a crime for which she could hang. And I don't know if people are familiar with the Grassmarket. It's a street which has got pubs and theatres on it now. At the point where Victoria Street winds down the hill and meets the Grassmarket, there's this very subtle monument. You wouldn't really notice it was there unless you looked. It's as if there's a shadow they've inlaid into this thing you might be forgiven thinking was a roundabout. And it's actually where the gallows was. And the famous Edinburgh mob, it was known as the famous Edinburgh mob, so bloodthirsty apparently were the crowds in Edinburgh in those days. There they would gather and they'd watch the executions. And so Maggie was hung for concealing her pregnancy. And I have to say, there's actually so many versions of this story. I've heard so many versions of this story. I have no idea which one is true, and we'll never know. But this is her song, Maggie Dixon. It goes like this. I hope you might feel like being the Edinburgh mob at some point. We'll find out which ones of you are feeling really gentle and which ones of you are feeling really vengeful. We'll find out in a minute. Here we go, Maggie Dixon. It goes like this. Half hanging Maggie, half hanging Maggie, half hanging on she owns a pub in town. Raise your glass and drink it down. It's on the Grassmarket, just literally paces from where she was hung. And I went in there yesterday. I went to the staff. I went to tell the staff last night about the show. Thought they might, want to come. But evidently they had better things to do. Yeah, but it's, and again, one of the disputed things. Did she open the pub herself? Did she not? Is it just named after her? You will hear many versions of that story. Anyway, so that song is from my project, The Shame, The Light, which is aspects of being a woman that don't often they don't often get spoken about. It's getting much better now than it used to be. And I called it The Shame because it is so often shame that keeps us keeping these important things inside. And I thought, I can sing about historical figures, and I can sing about experiences with my friends, but the hardest thing is, of course, for me, singing about my stuff. I'm a folk singer, I just sing stories about other people. And I thought, no, let's address that. So I wrote this song. It's about not having children, and it's called Childless Woman. And I'm just going to sing it on my own. Or you can join in if you want, but there's no mob or anything like that. What I meant was there's no accompaniment. So Childless Woman. So it's true. I will never know the sacred things that all mothers know. When you come running, it won't be to me. And I will never kiss my grandchild's toes. But look at this whole wide world, so full of life. We're all creations, you know. Someone gave birth to me, and for that I give thanks. But it's not my path, and so I sing this song for all the childless women. When you see your ancestors standing in line, reaching behind you through time, how many are standing there off in the wings, waiting and hoping you'll sing their song. All those childless women. So come all you children, so happy and sweet, we all need families to grow. May they be gentle ones, may you be treated with kindness, and may you know all choices when you grow into women. This is the bit I like to imagine, all the ancestors, all the women without children. When I was a child, there were a lot of elderly women whose husbands had died in the wars, and you'd often see them dancing together, two old women dancing together. So this is the bit, maybe you'll sing with me, the waltzy bit, right? Just imagine this room full of women dancing. Whoa, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Lie, 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 1, 2, 3, lie, lie, la, la, lie, lie. Can you feel it? Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We are childless women. We sing. Thank you. So now for something completely difficult. Something completely different. A philosophical question. Why are we here? Why are we here? Hello? Ooh, there's some people coming in the door. They might need chairs. Why are they here? I think they've come maybe for this show, but why are we here? And specifically, just out of interest, who here lives in Edinburgh? Oh, seriously, large contingents of Edinburgh citizens. I wonder why, and you all know the reason why you're here. why you were called to be where you are in this world. Do you live somewhere because you, I don't know, have a job there? Do you have some, I don't know, bonkers, weirdo spiritual connection to the land there, like I do? You know, I don't know. But this is a song about the place where I live. So I live way up in the Northwest Highlands. That's north, that's west. And it's a land of ancient rocks, like some of the most ancient rocks in the whole planet are up there. And ticks and midges, and golden eagles, sea eagles, and people. And there are, unfortunately, kind of two very distinct communities of people there. There's the locals who were born and chose to stay, and that's a rare thing, to choose to stay in those communities. And there are people like myself who moved there. And I became aware, speaking to others, that pretty much everyone who moved there has an equally bonkers story about why they're there as I do. It's quite insane. People have had dreams, they've had visions, they just turned up there because they just felt it calling them, and there we all are together, this motley crew of people in the far northwest. So this is a song about that. It's called The Calling. I think I'm going to put this back. Yeah, here we go. How's it go? Why did I call you here? Don't you want to know? I know the land you're supposed to go. I know the land you're supposed to know. And the west wind sings a song again. The west wind sings a song. Peter was a fisherman, he fished both night and day. But he was stuck in London and he could not get away. He saw a trip near our pool once he was off that train. He was up those hills and in those locks come sun or snow or rain. Woo! Why did I call you? You want to go to the top of Northern land from the most they go. Oh, to the top of Northern land beyond what most don't know. And the west wind sings her song again. The west wind sings her song. While you guys have all been having that extraordinary sun, guess what we've been having? Rain and wind. Mount and June were southerners, to hear you would know. But something in the stars said ever north would they must go. They got hit and they saw a croft down by Loch View. Now knock upon the Croft House door. Oh, what a splendid view! Woo! Why did I call you? Don't you want to go to this top of Northern land? Most folk go. Oh, to the top of Northern land. Most folk go. And the west wind sings her song again. The west wind sings her song. Woo! Judith was a swinging 60s dancer on the scene. The times have changed and she's done lots of learning in between. Now she sits with her beloved saints upon the wall, praying to the Lord above and listening to the call. Woo! Why did I call you? Don't you want to go to the top of Northern land beyond where most folk go? Oh, to the top of Northern land beyond where most folk know. And the west wind sings her song again. The west wind sings her song. Let's sing that thing. Lay, day, 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 day. Lay, day, 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 day. Lay, 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 lay. Once more. And the west wind sings her song again. The west wind sings her song. Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. feel quite out of breath. That lockdown, I'm still not. Anyone lockdown, not good for my strength. Anyone here fitter? Some people did a lot of exercise. You're fitter than before. Good for you. I need to follow in your footsteps. I'm inspired. Oh dear. So I'm not going to take my shoes off. I was going to take my shoes off. Not a good idea when you have to stand on that small box. Okay, so I talked about this women's thing, the shame, the light. Yeah, I was going to write these songs about women's issues like the menopause that I found my friends struggling with, and none of them were talking about it. And when I really sat and thought about what was going on, how these awesome women who've been part of like women's communities for decades could still experience so much confusion and ignorance, really. Like my partner who had this horrific arm pain and the doctor didn't mention and the physio didn't mention that 70% of people with frozen shoulder, women going into the menopause. Like that's a lot of that's a high percentage, 70%. And it sounds all right, frozen shoulder. I mean, I've never seen anyone in such agony in my life. So it seemed to me that this stuff, the knowledge just wasn't getting passed down through the generations. And we weren't coming together and sharing our experiences. So I thought, oh super, I'll just write some songs about it. Because I'm a singer and I love writing songs. And then I thought, well, maybe I don't need to. Maybe there are already songs about these things. So I went and looked through all the folk song, wonderful resources we have on the internet these days. And yes, there are lots of songs about certain women's things in the folk song canon. There's lots of songs about women being murdered. There's lots of songs about women being raped and murdered. There's lots of songs about being a mother, and lots of beautiful lullabies. No songs about not having children, which is why I wrote that one. No songs about the menopause. So I thought, I'll give voice to these things. I'll just write the songs. It'll be awesome. And it's true. And it's only half of the story, because actually these issues are deep and powerful, and they've been smothered in shame for so long. I literally heard a woman shame herself for not having felt shame about something just the other day, like the bottomless pit of never-ending shame. And I thought, actually, no, if I just start to sing about these, there'll be women out there, and men too, and non-binary people who actually have very strong life stories around these, and it could be challenging and tough, and we feel vulnerable. These things are things that need to be held with love and compassion and nurturing and care. And so I realised that I couldn't just sing the songs about the shame. I needed to write some beautiful, empowering, loving and nurturing songs to hold that shame. And I call those songs the light. And so this song we're going to sing together, hopefully. Have you got your lighters out? I'm going to do the whole thing. It made me very happy if that happened. It's called Body Brave, and I actually wrote it thinking about women's choices. So in inverted commas, choices, we're often told, especially in pregnancy and childbirth, that we've got choices. You can make this decision or that decision. And very often it's not that simple. And and so I wrote this song. It's called Body Brave, and it's a medicine song. So if you've never heard of a medicine song, Winnie the Pooh, he'd have his little ditties he'd sing to himself to keep him all right. It's one of those. It's like a little Winnie the Pooh ditty song. So please take the song, sing it in your lives if you ever need it. Maybe, hopefully you won't. But it's for all of us who've ever kind of found ourselves being told that we're being offered choices, and actually realising we don't feel like we really have a choice there at all. So it's called Body Brave. It goes like this. This is where, you get the lighters out. We start to sway. Oh, okay, I'm old school. Phone to get the phone down. So if you feel up for it, you might want to just feel into your body, maybe close your eyes. Feel the beautiful presence of you. This is a song for you. This is my body, she is brave. This is my heart, she knows the future. This is my body, my being, they are one. machine, but it works for me. This is my heart. This is my body, my being. They are one. My body, my being. She is strong. This is my body. This is my heart. This is my body, my being. We are one. My body, my being. We are strong. This is my body, my body. She is brave. This is my heart. She knows the strong. This is my body, my being. They are one. My body, my being. She is strong. This is my body. My body, she is brave. I love it. This is my heart. Strong. This is my body, my being. We are one. My body, my being. We are strong. My body, my being. We are strong. Thank you. So now I am going to take off my shoes because now we're going to do something completely different. Give me one moment. Don't need the microphone. I do need my wellies and my drumsticks. So where I live is very, very, very light in the summer and it's very, very dark in the winter. And I'm pretty weird because I prefer the winter. Because in the winter the days are so short, I make sure I get out every day and go for a walk. In the summer it's just like, oh, there's hours and hours and hours of light left. Oh, look, another day's come by and hours left to pass. So I spent a lot of time last winter when I went on my daily walks. Well, just having fun really. I decided to take my drumsticks with me and just like play back and see what sounded good. And I really like the sound of the railings in the village green. You go brrr, brrr, brrr. That was great fun. And the rocks and the twigs were good. The twigs were great for stamping on. And kicking the leaves. Great. But my favourite sounds were just the sound of walking on the pebble beach and the sound my wellies made when I hit them with my drumsticks, which I hadn't anticipated. And so usually when I perform this song, I bring a tub of my beach with me, a big tub of gravel, but I got the bus this time and I couldn't actually lift it. So we've just got the wellies and the drumsticks, and we've got this beautiful rug and this beautiful floor, so that'll be alright. And so, if I said to you guys, name, like possibly, well at least in my opinion, the finest purveyors of Scottish indie story songs since the mid-90s. Any idea who I might? Any ideas? What? Who? Famous? They're great, but I'm not thinking of them. Different city, not Edinburgh, class. Yes! Somebody else knows. Yeah, Bell Sebastian. So this is again the song I'm hoping to record on as part of the Shane Delight. And it's called String Bean Jean, and it is about an issue that sadly does affect people other than women. String Bean Jean, it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, I should cut my trousers. I know they're going to come out, but I'll just not. And I know I always speed up a lot in this song. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got my fingers dirty at the School of Rock. Got my fingers dirty, so I took a walk. I went out to the country park, hung around till after dark, and the girls got home. Yeah, the girls got home. So I told about the one who knows she's on the run. And she spent her summer days inside her sleeping bag. And she spent her summer days inside
morning, I left the keys out in the way. Had to drive to the house.
You know, I think I'll just keep my wellies on. Otherwise I have to faff about with the shoelace. Yeah, String Bean Jean. I played that once and everyone burst out laughing like a bit where I said, you know, her label says 7 to 8 years old, and I thought that was really weird. I was really relieved you didn't laugh.
Right, what's next? What's next? Oh, okay.
What to say? I'm just gonna reset my pedal. Give me 1 sec. It's been playing up, so I'm not trusting its automatic system. I'm going to do it manually. Hold on. Talk amongst yourself. Take me about 30 seconds. All right, we're done. Well done. Okay. So, yeah, it's been a very strange thing living up in the Northwest Highlands. It's so beautiful, and yet there is this divided community thing going on where I found it very hard to connect to the people who in many ways belong there, let's say that, and where they're from there. And I find that most interesting in this world we live in now, where there are just people from all sorts of backgrounds, live in all sorts of places, you know? We no longer live in a world, if we ever did, where people tend to live where they're from. And I know for me, you know, I have to think about belonging. See you later. I think about belonging a lot. And do I fit here? Am I allowed to sing folk songs from the British Isles? I don't have a drop of British blood in me. You know, I think about these things. I'm not sure what the answer is, but I'm very, 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 very desirous of having these conversations. And this next song is about my father's family. So my father is an Ashkenazi Jew. The Ashkenazi Jews are the Jews of Eastern and Central Europe. And his family fled the pogroms. His mother's family fled the pogroms when they were being burnt out of the villages around Ukraine. And his father walked out of what was then, well, it was Vienna, is Vienna. I've actually just been given Austrian citizenship. Because I don't know if you know this, but this is like the one beautiful thing I'm aware of the government having done for a long time. The Austrian government last year offered citizenship to all descendants of anyone persecuted by the Nazis, which is of the whole Austro-Hungarian Empire, not just Austria as it is now, but what was then the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So just in case you didn't know that, and there's anyone here descended from those lines of people, go claim the embassy, the consulate's just up the road. You go and claim your free citizenship, and they actually make the process astoundingly easy. So, yes. So, this song is just a question. It's like an open question, because I don't know what life was like for those Jews before the pogroms, before Hitler, at a time when there were so many places in Europe where the populations of Jews were 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%, 70% of the people living in villages and towns across Europe, you know. The Jews were not as much of a minority as they are now, as we are now. So this is a song, it's just a very short song, and it's a question, and it's on my album, Half Wise, which I will be selling at the end of the gig. So it's called Wide-Eyed Boy. Born on a Sunday, destined to marry a farmer, but my heart set on a wide-eyed boy, the son of the forester. Oh, wide-eyed boy, won't you lay me on the broadleaf floor, speaking a language I don't understand? Or did my mothers when they lived of your land? Oh, wide-eyed boy, won't you stay along the broadleaf floor, speaking a language I don't understand? did. Oh, 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 when I lift up your lap. Oh, wide-eyed boy, won't you lay me on the broadleaf floor? Speaking a language I don't understand. I did my mother when they lived up your lap. Thank you. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, so thank you. And I lived in Edinburgh for many years, and it was, there's that thing about a city where there's people from all over, and it was a joyful place to live. And while I was here, I was part of a choir called the Forest Cafe Choir. I'm sure some of you here are familiar with the Forest Cafe. Started off as just a festival venue one summer. A couple of blokes had a fun idea, and it grew and grew and grew, and it's been all over the city. And the Forest Cafe Choir, we sang this awesome song. It's actually a poem by a poet called Lewis Spence called Capernaum, and it's about Edinburgh. And one of the things, I loved two things about the song. Yes, it's all right, we're in the Pianodrome, it's totally cool. One of the things was how, at least in the version we had, the word Edinburgh was simply spelled E-M-B-R-A. Edinburgh. That's what we say, right? Edinburgh. That's what Edinburgh. And it's got this resounding chorus. And I love the harmonies. The harmonies are so good. So I'm really hoping we're going to get that going together. So one line goes, Edinburgh. Should we try it? Edinburgh. And this just goes, Edinburgh. Go. Edinburgh. Put them together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Edinburgh. Isn't that really good? And just think about the dark history, all the things that happened here. If you don't know much about the history of Edinburgh, please do some of the walking tours and go to the Greyfriars Bobby's graveyard and just find out about all the history and the dark things that happened here. I think maybe we have the festival just to balance that kind of karma out. We can all gather and have fun and joy because we need to balance it out. And the poem was apparently written, in reflection on, I think it was the Calvinism, the kind of very dour Calvinist approach of let's not really have any fun. Let's feel quite a lot of guilt. But I say that and I don't know anything about Calvinism. So I hope I haven't made any grave errors there. So yes, we're going to sing the song. We'll try again. Edinburgh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Edinburgh. So it's called Capernaum, and I'm feeling sad because I'm enjoying that last long line so much, and then the song is quite short. So maybe at the end we'll just sing that again and again and again and keep that bit going. So here we go, Capernaum. If all the bloodshed at thy throne, Edinburgh, if all the bloodshed at thy throne was fed into the river, 'twould call the mills of gathered in the one